Yeah, Madison, we are looking at dry weather conditions, not just today, but it's expected to get worse as we move into Wednesday. Today, as well as tomorrow, we're looking at those temperatures right at average, right around 85 degrees or so, normal for this time of year. And then that fire weather returns with breezy, hot, low humidity conditions on Wednesday. We continue to see 90s and 100-degree temperatures expected for the rest of June, as far as we can see, as far out as it goes. Now, a low pressure system, British Columbia, that's starting to push its way east through the Pacific Northwest, bringing in some cloud coverage. That's what we saw this morning. So we're still looking at some lingering clouds across the valley, but the high pressure system just offshore, that will expand and really start pushing up against the low pressure, bringing us some more windy conditions by Wednesday. So things will slow down just a bit Tuesday before ramping up again on Wednesday. You can see the satellite radar there with more of the cloud coverage from today. Now, fire weather concerns come in with the watch in place Tuesday night into Thursday morning till about 8 a.m. Reading all the way down through Stockton, and areas even could start stretching into Modesto. Now, the wind advisory in effect for Merced, that expires at 5 a.m. on Tuesday. We are looking at those breezy conditions today through the Delta and expected to move in for us again on Wednesday. So things will start to slow down as we move through tonight into your Tuesday before ramping again Wednesday. So you're looking at 15 to 20 mile per hour winds through about 7 p.m. in the valley, 30 mile per hour winds in Fairfield. You can see just how much wind is really pushing through, most of that pushing through the Delta and areas of the Carquinez Strait. But moving into Tuesday night, 7:30 a.m., you are looking at 5 to 10 mile per hour winds. So it will slow down a bit on Tuesday before picking up into the evening hours a tiny bit more, about 15 miles per hour, but not quite as windy as about that 20 to 30 mile per hour mark we're feeling today. Now, temperature wise, right in the mid 90s Wednesday before reaching upper 90s, 100-degree temperatures Friday. Check out the weekend. Upper 90s once again. We could very well hit that 100-degree mark once again through the weekend. Moving into next week, doesn't look cooler. We're looking at upper 90s, 100-degree temperatures again. We'd love to see your photos, whether you're heading to the zoo, whether you're going out on the water. Send them in, weatherforce@abc10.com, and always download that ABC10 app. Have it with you. You can see how hot the day is going to be, and you can get that on Google Play or download that at the App Store.